All right, welcome to the uh, October 2nd. It's a week late here. Edition of our monthly momentum call. I'll start out with a few shout outs. I'm gonna let Amanda in first here, and then we'll see who else joined and maybe got a couple questions for you guys. Is she coming in? No? She was right there. Hopefully she pops. There we go. Hooray for technology. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Am I the overachiever here?
You are the overachiever here.
Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Or no?
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. Sorry, my internet is weird sometimes, so
Well, well, I mean,
hopefully it
curious.
doesn't glitch out for you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm getting that bandwidth is low indicator on your end. I was gonna say, does it go through phases of it? It's not like consistently bandwidth low.
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
okay, then yeah, so you should pop back on air speed. That's all good. That'd be frustrating though if that happens
Yeah,
at
let
times.
me right. Let me try let me try closing out and rejoining if that's
Okay,
okay.
yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'll let you right back in.
Cool.
Um, couple just a couple shout out housekeeping things here first. Thanks for moving the call. Nothing. Yeah, just appreciate that for you guys. Last month has been crazy on my end. And then I'll probably address that in a second, anyways. And I'll just do a couple shout outs here quick. I just want to say that the three come to mind. Just try to keep it two to three. I mean, you're not important if you're not mentioned. Don't keep track of how often you have been mentioned. Just want to mention what I've seen. Um, Welcome, Jeremy. So Jeremy used the first shout out. Just hey, welcome in. Glad you're part of the Northern Strength Collective. So you don't know, Jeremy is a big part of why this exists. He actually and I were talking about this for a while, for a few months, kind of independently of my work with him. Just we were talking about how a business could change and grow, and this is one of the things we talked about. And so you guys are part of this, and now he is too, because uh, we it was in my head, and he helped me kind of bring it to fruition. So welcome, Jeremy. Glad you're here. And here comes Amanda again. Second quick shout out. Um, Welcome back, Amanda. So a couple quick. Oh, there you go. That's a little better.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
there we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, yeah. Let's do one more quick shout out here, and then we'll get to chat. Second one would be to um, John and Rachel. Just continue to make fitness happen with three kids in the house. I'm seeing early morning workouts. I'm seeing late night workouts. I'm seeing both things happen, and that's the struggle. That's the challenge. And sometimes I know you can do it both in the morning. Sometimes you can't do them at all. Sometimes you got to do. I'm a kid do the morning. You're gonna you'll be in the well, one of you will do it in the morning, one of you in the evening. So this commitment to making it happen is impressive, and I see it, and I know that's making your lives better. You know, it's a hard thing to do when you want to get all the dishes done or the breakfast started, or you watch your spouse dealing with them, not dealing with them, like just being around them. They go, I want to help, and they're willing to be with them so that you can get the work out of it. That's a very important thing. So that's what I got for shout outs. Amanda, what's going on in your world?
Yeah, life is happening. We've moved, so we're like in the throes of just trying to get everything in our house set up,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
has been had like July and August were somewhat challenging with some of the
yeah,
workouts, just trying
yeah,
to get those squeezed in. And
yeah.
so I think like moving is a heavy lifting process. So I
Oh
was
yeah.
definitely putting the muscles to work.
Did you guys move yourselves? Like, did your friends help? How'd you guys
Yeah.
get movers? What'd you guys do?
We had some friends help us, but for the most part, we were doing a lot of the moving ourselves.
Was it like a gradual of the, hey, here's moving day, or it's like, hey, there's, you know, like there's like, oh, we're just getting a truck with a big stuff today, or it's gonna catch chip away over weeks. Like, how did you guys go about that?
Yeah, we were lucky. We had about a month and a half in between when we
Sure.
closed and when we
Overlap.
moved. So
Yep.
we slowly like phased things over,
Yeah.
which is really nice to be able to do. And then right before, like right when we needed to like move, we had our friends come and help us with like
Sure.
the heavy furniture
The
and
big
stuff.
stuff. Okay. Yeah. So like,
Yeah,
were you moving in small stuff first and then the big stuff last? Is that kind of how you did it? Or like just
yeah,
less used stuff? Okay.
yeah,
That's helpful.
yeah.
You
So
guys had some work to do in the house before you moved in too, right? You said you were tearing out floors or something like that, or what
yeah,
were you
we
doing?
had hardwood laid downstairs in the living room and dining room, and then we had all of the you can see
Yeah,
the
hardwood laid.
walls.
Nice.
We had all of the trim and all of the walls painted.
That's a lot of painting.
It is, yeah. So glad
That's
we had somebody else do it.
yeah. Did you um so flooring on one level, trim and paint on another level, is that what you said? Are you
Uh, Paint throughout the whole entire house.
wow, just all the colors need that update, huh?
Yeah. Well, it just was like we wanted the trim painted. We wanted some colors in the house
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And like it was just all of it was just beige,
I was gonna say,
which
what was the previous color?
yeah, all of it was just
Beige.
beige. So we
Okay.
have beige in some of the rooms, but for the most part, we're like, let's do some color in some of the spaces.
Yeah.
So
As I said,
turned
with
out really
a beige off-white wall. No, it's not beige. This is off-white wall behind me. It's like just not quite white.
yeah, yeah. But
But
you guys just moved too. How did that go?
well, yeah, this is a room we painted before we moved in.
Okay.
Um, and it was picture, what year was your house built?
67.
67. So beige is an update for over 67 colors for sure, but
Hmm.
it hasn't still probably been updated in years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This house was built in 2000. Some of the things are original, which I mean,
Uh-huh.
well, a lot of it is. I mean, like paint colors, or I'm guessing they were last touched in like 2007. I keep using '07 as like the marker in my brain. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. And
Yeah.
what's interesting is like that's the style like you might have watched. Is that it's if your parents did anything in that age to their house and kind of try to be a little bit trendy, that's what it looks like it's locked in. Is that time zone, that
Yeah.
era. And this room had like two, like a couple brown and green walls, and they weren't like the '70s one that's almost coming back, where it's like, oh, that's doable. No, like there was like a dark, it wasn't a dark green, but it was a darker shade of light green. It was a dark enough brown. Like this room gets only west facing sun right there. There's one
Uh-huh.
light up there, so like it's like this would be brighter if the paint wasn't so dark.
Yeah.
And like so we just decided to put two coats of white on this, and there's vaulted ceilings here and there's lots of
Oh,
different
nice.
edges. And so like trimming the cutting part took like
Oh,
2.5 hours each time I did that. So I did two coats of that. And the rolling was amazing. I think this is going so fast. Oh, this is
yeah.
amazing. And then like the cutting was like this is a nightmare. Um,
Yeah.
but it got done. We painted some rooms that just needed to be changed, and then we tore out vinyl flooring upstairs. The whole upstairs was vinyl flooring, which
Oh,
yeah, with built in 2000 bedrooms upstairs, I don't think vinyl flooring is original. I think one of the previous owners added it, and we tore that out, and then paid it someone to put carpet in all the stairs in the upper level. So we changed all
yeah.
that up, and that is like it still stinks, but it also like the smell is bad, but then it's also just feel it's like every time I walk out, I'm like, this is so like, comfortable and nice and soft,
Mhm.
and like this is brand new now, and it'll last for years. And
Yeah.
we get to
Yeah.
like enjoy the soft comfort of the floor. In fact, my now 3-year-old, she likes this. She roll out. She moves around town when she sleeps the other morning or in the middle of the night. I went for the other kid, and she was sleeping on the floor, like just she'd roll off her bed on the floor, her floor bed onto the floor, and just like laying, no blankets, just like well, I would move her back in her bed. I told her later in the morning, I was like, you were sleeping on the floor last night. She goes, yeah, I like the floor. I like sleeping on the floor. I like, and she does. She like will relax her body like by laying flat her stomach on the floor. And I think it's like a coping strategy, like just calming herself down.
Yeah.
Um, and at least she knows that. I'm like, well, it's not hurting you. It's not sin. It's like this, like it's weird, but it's just it's like that. We people sleep on the floor around the world, like, and
Right.
we just don't. So
Yeah.
that's it's there's nothing. I don't even want to fight with you on this. If you happen to roll on the floor and that's where you want to sleep, I okay.
Yeah.
You have a bed if you want
Well, as long as you're still sleeping, that's
it.
great.
Yep. Yep. Um, so roughly, so this is actually kind of topic I was thinking of anyways. Like, how did you handle? So you roughly like you had a long time for there kind of being in limbo in a sense, like
Hmm.
two places. So we're experienced that too.
Yeah.
Um, this is exactly the thing I was kind of thinking about talking about. Is that glad you're on the call to chat about it so you can share your perspective. Like, how did you navigate? Okay, fitness can or cannot happen right now. What how do you view like when you're going to do it, when you're going to get back to it? Like, what's top priority? Is it just like, hey, this movie is just top priority right now? Hey, movie is plenty active. Like, I'm going to come back to this. Like, how did you navigate that
Yeah.
mentally and
Yeah.
physically in
I think
practice?
it was like, for me, it was like just reminding myself that this is a short duration of time. We
Yep.
were traveling a bunch in July too. I think we were gone
Mm.
for half of the month,
Yeah.
just
Wow. Yep.
traveling. And so between traveling and then like moving, I was just like, I know it's really not feasible for myself to try to fit in workouts.
Yeah.
Like I think I maybe more would have mentally taxed myself, or like just if I tried to think like, oh, I now need to try to get a workout in. So I
Mm.
remember like,
Like on
okay,
top
this,
of things.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I knew moving was very physical, and
Yep.
just like even cleaning a house from
Yep.
top to
Yep.
bottom for a rental, and like cleaning this place, you're like you're still using a lot of your
Yep.
muscles and things like
Yep.
that and
Yep.
moving. I mean, I was on my feet for 12 hours a day some days when we were moving, so it was like, okay, I'm still being active,
Mhm.
not just like sitting like a sitting duck.
Yep. Yep.
And so that helped give me perspective. And then as soon as we moved in, prioritized getting our basement like workout room set up.
Mhm.
That was like that was one of the first priorities that I had with moving in, was trying to get our workout room set
That's
up
great.
so that like I could just jump right back into workouts.
Yeah.
And so it was like it was still top of mind for me, which I think was
That's great.
great. And just like diving right back in, even though it was challenging to get back into it. I'm like, I know that I need this. It's good for my body.
Hmm.
And then like now that we're a little bit more settled, it's like, okay, this is just easy to now continue to
Hmm.
incorporate into my life now that we
Okay, good.
have things set up and have a dedicated space for working
Yeah.
out.
So having the dedicated space like quickly was which is not everyone's first priority when they're like one of the top five and move into a house. It's like, oh, I gotta get the kitchen, the bedrooms. Like you just like you gotta fix this, take the thing out. Like there's a lot of competing priorities. But you said like having a having a workout space, like clarify where it was and available was the top priority.
Yes. Yes. I
Okay.
think within the first week of moving in, we had gotten that set up.
Okay. Also,
So
those things are heavy. So like it's like, do it first because it's
right. Yes. Yes. Get through lifting, taking all of the weights down in the
yeah,
basement.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's been really great. And we our basement has full almost full height ceilings. They're like 7.5 feet,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
great for some of the movements where we had our workout room previously in our rental, we couldn't like I couldn't even lift
yeah,
my
yeah.
arms up without like
Yep.
hitting the ceiling.
And you're
So
taller for context. You're a taller person.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
So that's been really great. And I think
good.
we just did our basement to a lighter color, so it's a little bit brighter.
Yeah,
It's
which
just
helps.
like having an inviting space to be
Yeah,
into, or like a space where it's like, okay, it doesn't pain me to work
yep,
out in this space
yep,
either,
yeah.
is helpful.
Hmm.
So I use that. I use music a lot to try to like kind of boost the motivation too with working out. So
Good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably the like creating the environment for it is a big. That's a whole different topic itself too. You know, whether you want to nerd out on how your space lays out and looks, or you just want to say, you know, what's just that? What do you need in that regard? And you know, the flip side of that is like you could have, you know, a 4x4 section of your living room that you just bring a pair of dumbbells to for storage and put it away. You could just do it that you can be that narrow and like that can still work. And also like this is your home, like you're gonna be doing this for a long time. You're choosing to say here's the space for it. Like there's people who want it to be inviting with the right color and the right lighting and like music. Some people are like I love the grunt work. Give me the dungeon. Like give me like you know
Yeah,
there's different like give me the laundry room utility room corner. It's unfinished and there's spiders and like I don't care. Like there's different like that's all I got or it's like what you actually kind of I don't. There's a spectrum on that. Like
right.
as a yeah the lighting the colors those are the things that you that might be if you know it like you have made it your own and desirable more barriers are reduced to going down there right
Yeah,
like yeah yep and like you're already doing everything else in the house you might as well paint that space as well like just make sure it's inviting it's the
yep,
right spot for you yeah
exactly. Yeah.
so how much time I'll say how much time switching priorities did you think you had? It was like a month or so, like where you kind of, yeah, I'm just gonna work on moving right now. Lifting will be a thing we get to like when we fully move in. Like, how much time away from that do you think you kind of had?
Yeah.
Different priorities.
I think I probably had a little over a month away. Like
Yeah.
July was the craziest month. And so
Yep.
like I think August or like the beginning of August-ish was when I started to get back into it.
Yeah.
So again, that's not ideal. Like I um I recognize that that was not ideal, but it was like, okay, this is the phase of life
Yeah.
that I'm in.
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to prioritize getting back into it as
Yeah.
soon as I possibly could.
Yeah. I mean, a fair question is like how much, you know, how often do you move? And how often do you have you in your past you tried to work out while you're moving? Like if
Yeah,
you haven't, are either of those things like, oh yeah, I do that every 2 years? No, they're not usually. Like if you're in the military, maybe, or you travel for work, maybe. But if you're not used to this, like you don't know it until you're in it. And you like it sounds like you one of your, you know, whether you consciously made this, did you consciously make a decision like, oh, this is starting, workouts get pushed? Or was it like, hey, like maybe next week. Okay, that week was too hard. Maybe next like was it kind of keep pushing it off? Or did you have like a target inside like, hey, here's our actual full moving in date. Maybe the week after that I'll get to like how do you like approach that with it? 'Cause I think there's different ways of doing it. Like there's or like I think the one of like the I don't want to say the word the worst end of it possible. Be like I still can't like I'm just like I'll just push that to next week, keep pushing that to next week. Like you know, but like, how did you mentally make sure it still happened once you got into the new house? Is basically what I'm asking.
yeah. I think I think I just decided at the like end of June, beginning of July, when things were getting busy, that like, okay, I think I'm just gonna take a pause on the workouts this month. I'm not gonna um try to fit them in or like I think like there's a lot of negativity that can happen when you're like, oh,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do this, and then you don't do it, and then you feel bad
Yeah.
about yourself
Yep.
because
That's what
you're
I was
like,
kind of getting at for sure.
oh man, I said I was gonna do this, and I didn't do it. And then you just kind of heap shame upon yourself.
Yep.
And so for me, it was like the feasibility of getting my workouts in this month is probably not going to happen.
Mhm.
So I'm going to make a commitment to just get back to it as soon as I possibly could. And I think
Mhm.
that was a good mindset to have going into it, so that
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling like guilty for not getting my workouts in.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, it would have been great, but like I wasn't trying to keep with guilt upon myself because I
No.
knew that that wasn't going to be any
Yeah.
like that wasn't going to be helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. So like you pre-decided that there was a get to it as soon as you possibly can. Sounds like there was a I'm guessing there's a little bit of an evaluation in your head still going on in that month. Like when could that happen next? Like there was still that question happening. It wasn't like you
Mhm.
just dissolved and pushed that question off. Even though they when could this happen?
Right. Yes.
And then you also pre-decide like I'm not going to make myself feel bad about this. That's
Exactly.
that's a really like That's it. Giving yourself grace, giving yourself permission to say this is a once in hopefully your once to
Right.
twice in your adult lifetime situation.
Hmm.
It just cannot. Like it can't like let's not try to add that on top of everything else right now because you also didn't know everything you're gonna get into and decision you're gonna make. And I don't know how this goes for you. And we're buying and we're selling a house. So
Hmm.
we're doing two different spaces. And you said cleaning. Like we were cleaning one and we also like prepare and maintain things on the outside of the house. I'm like, my gosh, the amount of emails from realtors, title companies, like, and they don't. And the thing, I'm like, someone needs to create this, and maybe I should pitch to my realtor friend. And we should start an app for this. I want to know from here's your start line to your finish line. Who is going to contact me and what do they want? I want to see
Uh-huh.
that status bar going from 0 to 100%.
Yeah.
So I know like I thought I was done with emails and forms. Oh, I'm not yet. Like I got another 10 to do, and these are 15. Like, and then the expected duration of them. So I'm like, is this a 5 minute during the workday thing, or is this a 20 minute after bedtime with the kids
Right.
thing? I don't know
Yeah.
what when I click on that link, I don't know what I'm getting into. That's the thing I like.
Right.
Someone's got to invent that. That would change. Like that would just be very helpful to be like, okay, you're 68% of the way done with this. You have three more emails coming in.
Yeah.
They need to be done by this. That like that. I just keep getting more. I'm like, I thought I was done. Oh, I just I didn't know the full picture, and
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
so that's been my
That's
nightmare
smart.
in the background is like the that that the lack of knowledge on that of like oh more emails okay another one
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. It's probably different when you are selling a house. We were just
yeah
going through a
yeah
rental. So,
well still like there's a ton to do when you move it doesn't matter
hmm.
so like but coming back to what you're saying like there's you gave yourself permission to like not do this to reevaluate when you could again in the process, and also to say like, and you also had a this is not forever, like not this is not a forever choice. This is just a turn it off for now because I and look forward to turning it on
Right.
again, and not but not like oh that's maybe in 2 months to 2 years. It's or like um it's like once we're in that new house, that's a top priority again.
Yep.
And then I think one of that biggest thing you said is like, I'm going to actually shut shame and guilt off here too, of like,
Mhm.
I'm not going to beat myself up for this, which is a hard decision, but it's also helpful you kind of pre-decided it. It's like, I'm like, if that comes up, I'm going to recognize that for what it is and say, no, I decided this is a time period. I cannot do this.
Hmm.
And it's a
Yep.
brief one. And,
Yep.
you know, the,
Yeah.
if you heard of the like the, some people don't like some people do the 2000 kind of weeks framework of your life.
Um, I don't think so.
Okay. It's like a grid of like like you basically lay maybe a picture on the wall behind me. There's like 2,000 boxes laid out in like a, what would it be like how many, are they 50 across and 80 down, 52 across,
Sure.
80 down. It's like, because that's how many weeks there are in a year. And it's assuming average age is 80 years old. And it's just, and so you would check those off and you'd see like, here's something I've done in my life, like weeks have gone by and here's something are remaining. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's a very sobering and quickly way to see like the time you have. I like let's assume that you're labeling those boxes checked with workouts or not, like if you work out in that week or not. And like four
Hmm.
of those, somewhere in the little middle of it or early first half of it are just not checked. Five of
Yeah.
those. And you're
Right.
deciding that you're okay with that. And then you just and there's the future one of August coming. You know, like that's all it's a big picture there.
Hmm.
It's not like uh you were you were choosing different activity. Like it was a great sounds like it was a really great decision and it was not a I hear zero regret. And I would agree that you shouldn't feel that at all. It sounds like, especially because you're back to it now. So you were successful in getting there.
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
Um, yeah, that's what I mean, really, I was going to talk about that today. Like, I think the view I've been challenged on this last month, and I've been working out like 2 times a week at best, and it's just been like a complete hodgepodge of like, what's the best thing I can do right now as far as the workout goes. And I've been doing it more from a mental sanity side of things.
Hmm.
Like, if I didn't do this or something this week, it wouldn't even be shame. It's that like I don't, uh, I need to do like even 20 minutes. It's on one of these days, just to get something done. But it has been like there are 30 other things I could be doing, like
Right.
and should be doing, and it's so my challenge that I've been or the view I've been challenged. I was like. I've always said it can always happen in my what's going on life. It can always happen.
Right.
I agree with that statement still. And I'm also like, it sounds like maybe what you're saying, and also what I've been realizing is that maybe it shouldn't always happen.
Yeah.
And that's like the thing. I'm like, okay, that's a unique thing to say. But I was like, I think the if you're going to do that, set the parameters of, well, if not now, when? And you did
Hmm.
that. So
Right.
it's helpful. And like, if not now, when? It's like, okay, once you're in your new house and the gym is set up, great.
Hmm.
There you go. That's very clear. The challenge there, like, is the gym the top five things you set up, or is it in the bottom, like bottom five? So if like it just
Right.
never gets, that'd be the next, that'd be one of those like, how could it? It's like the flip side. How could it possibly just keep getting pushed?
Right.
Um, and but like, yeah, it's okay to admit you can't for a brief time.
Hmm.
I think the key is quantifying that, and also like knowing when to redecide that you're a fairly disciplined, committed person to things you value, and like there's a you knew like if I push this off, you're not pushing this off. You're like that's the wrong expression maybe. You're actually just you're just deciding it's a 4 to 6 week period of time in which like this is not going to happen.
Right.
To
Yep.
not add stress to your plate because moving is awful, um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and cleaning out spaces is awful. So
Yes.
yeah,
It
yeah.
is. But I'm, yeah, grateful to have gotten back to it. I'm grateful to have a dedicated space for it to, I think, like, I recognize that not everybody has that. And
Yeah.
so I think I try to approach it as like, I'm grateful I get to move my body. I'm grateful I
Hmm.
get to like
Mm.
do this, right?
Yeah.
Because I know friends of mine who struggle with chronic health issues and they can't do that. And so, um, I think it's like that's also just a general mindset that I have with it
Yeah.
too. Is I
Yeah.
just feel very fortunate to have a dedicated space and to have the tools and the equipment to do that, but also to have a body that's able to do
Mm.
so.
Yeah. Approaching it out of a thankful attitude versus I'm doing this to avoid this. Like, well, not, like just I'm doing this. I'm working out because I feel bad about my body. I feel bad about like feel shame about this thing. Like that's which is not. It's still a good thing you're doing, but like maybe the you have a I'm starting with the grateful first and the
Hmm.
thankful first approach.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is it's the get to versus have to kind of
Yeah.
in a sense, right? That's a very good thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you had a question. I'm sorry, totally just switched gears. That was if you had a question, I didn't even get to. I just realized that like, oh, we have 2 minutes left. I didn't even ask you a question to talk about.
No, you're good. Um, for some of the, I guess like some of the workouts that require like doing like the step ups,
Hmm.
I don't have a step up
Hmm.
box or anything that I can really do that on,
Yep.
especially because I'm taller
Your ceiling.
too. So yeah, so I'm just like curious if you have recommendations on like if I wanted to try to do the step ups at
Hmm.
home, is there another like piece of equipment that I could
Good
try to
question.
sub? Otherwise, I've
Good
just
question.
done like the lunges or things like that.
Then you're doing the right thing. Lunges.
Yeah,
Lunges, like I would say just if you're gonna, like as that pops up, you want to be more creative. Your best option to be forward lunges, reverse lunges, or like Bulgarian split squats, which I know you do a lot of already. So like pick one of those three and maybe just say it's an excuse to try putting the weights in a different spot too. Yeah, only if you want more variety. Well, I'm not gonna carry them by my sides and we carry them on my shoulders. Or carry
sure,
one on one shoulder and one by my side. Just to change up one more variable if you wanted
sure.
to, just to be like, oh, yeah, this is just a little more unique than like the same thing I did on last Wednesday. If you wanted that. You don't
Okay,
have to do it either, but like if you wanted that, you could try that. Or I'm gonna do all one heavyweight on one side and not in both hands. Like there's different ways to break things. And,
sure.
that's not how the written stuff applies. I'm just more so saying for variety's sake, and you'll still, whether you're carrying 40 pounds on one side or 220s, it's like the legs are within the same load. The core is
Right.
taxed differently, so that's the nuance to it. But like the legs are still lifting the same weight. But the
Okay.
lunges and split squats are pretty much the right thing to do in that situation. And that's how I
Okay.
used to live too, is low basement ceilings. And all winter long, it was just always I was like, I just set up like twice a year, like in
Yeah,
the garage, like when they pop on workouts in the summer, and then it's like back to the lunges, which will really get you strong, and they work just fine. Stuff interesting, different way to do a uh, single leg like squat variation essentially.
sure. Okay. Okay. No, that's helpful. And I figured like the lunges are fine, but I was like, oh
You're
well,
right.
if there's something else I could be trying to utilize for that,
There are
that
more unique options, but it's like how fast you want to spend, how much time you have to learn something new is the question too. Like there's kickstand squats and pistol squats you can work on. Those are very unique, like specifically hard single leg exercises you could also sub in, and also lunges are just fine. Like there's that,
okay.
that like ortho squats are just fine.
Okay. Perfect. No, that's
Mhm.
really helpful. Yeah, that's the only question that I really
Oh,
had for now.
okay, good. All right. Well, it was basically a one-on-one interview about how to move and work out. So that was
I
great.
love it. That was great.
It's helpful. Well, I think because people go through big life transitions, and as people don't moving is one that'll happen eventually. Most people, and whether their fitness is in that, or it's happening right alongside all the time, or it's totally not. Filling the gap is something else. Like it's like a long period of time you're going to be in something. It's like could you say pushing pause for a 4 to 6 week period is like a really good idea. And that was the thing. I've been challenged on that. Like there was weeks I got two workouts in, and this is my context. Two is 40% of what I normally do.
Yeah.
It's like I usually do like try to do 4 to 5, and they're very different things. Um, so like that's I'm missing the bar. I'm missing that standard, but it's like I think this is a good and a necessary decision. As
Hmm.
long as when this is done or near to the end point, I'm not like just still not doing it. Um,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
that's the catch. So thanks for sharing. That was helpful to hear your
Yeah.
experience with that, how you went about that process.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I gotta run. Kids are getting up. It's time to get ready for school. So
Sounds good.
enjoy the new house and
Thank
back
you.
and
You too.
way to make it happen with when there's boxes sitting around. That is not an easy thing to do. And that is our that's our reality here. There's boxes. There's stuff. There's
Love it.
stuff to there's stuff to do. And you say I'm gonna work out anyways.
Yep.
So all right, take care, man. Have a great
Great.
rest of your Thursday.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.